Welcome to Alum Mode, a platform where young ladies come to get motivated. After job hunting for some time, you've received a call for that dream job. So, how do you prepare for the job interview? In this video, we will discuss 15 steps to prepare for a job interview. The job interview is probably the most important step you will take in your job search journey. It's your best chance to show the hiring manager that you're the best person for their job. Preparing for an interview might seem daunting, but there are several steps you can take to prepare yourself for a successful interview. We have prepared an interviewing prep checklist to make this task easier for you. Let's get started. 1. Analyze and research the company and role carefully. The first step in the preparation process should be to go back and review the job description. Not only will it help provide context for your interview conversations, but it will also help you when preparing thoughtful questions for your interviewers. Analyzing and researching the company and role as much as possible will give you an edge over the competition. Not only that, but fully preparing for an interview will help you remain calm so that you can excel in your interview. Here are a few things you should know before you walk into your interview. Research the product or service thoroughly. No matter what role you're interviewing for, be it engineering, sales, marketing, and even if it isn't directly related to the company's product or service, you're still looking to be part of the team. It's important to learn all you can about the product or service the company produces and promotes. You don't necessarily need to understand each and every detail, especially if it's a technical product, and you're interviewing for a non-technical position, but you should have a basic understanding of the main products or services the company offers. If possible, request a sample of the product and use the product a few times before your first interview to familiarize yourself with the customer's perspective. The more you can tell them about the product from both a company and customer standpoint, the better you'll perform in your interview. Study the role. It's important to read the job description carefully and make sure that you understand all the requirements and responsibilities that go along with it. This will not only prepare you with thoughtful, targeted questions about the position during the interview, but it will ensure that you're truly qualified and prepared to tackle the responsibilities if you get the job. If possible, research similar positions and read reviews from individuals in those positions, so you can get an idea of what the day-to-day activities will be. During the interview, ask for clarification or details about the role, so you can be sure you're ready should you receive a job offer. Researching the role before an interview will also help you to decide whether or not the position is right for you. Research the company culture. Modern companies nowadays usually have social media accounts and blogs that discuss their company culture and industry. This information can give you an impression of the tone and personality of the company, as well as what they value. No matter how good a job seems, it's important that you fit within the company culture and share a similar personality and values. If you have questions about the workplace environment, culture, personality, or values, be sure to ask during the interview. These questions can range from the software and tools used by the company, to their policies on vacation and sick time. Remember that the interview is just as much about you finding a good fit for your own work environment as it is about the company finding a good fit for the role. Knowing that your values align with the company ensures a happy professional life. This is also the perfect opportunity to find out more about the company and show the interviewer how you'll fit. 2. Consider your answers to common interview questions. While you won't be able to predict every question you'll be asked in an interview, there are a few common questions you can plan answers for. There are some jobs that may involve a test or evaluation during the interview process. It may be helpful to consult with industry colleagues of tests they've been given. You should also prepare to discuss your salary expectations, just in case. 3. Prepare several thoughtful questions for the interviewer. Many employers feel confident about candidates who ask thoughtful questions about the company and the position. Prepare a few smart questions for when it's your turn to ask. Make sure they're thoughtful ones that show you've been paying attention and have done your homework when it comes to researching the company and the specific job you're after. Some examples of questions you could ask include: what does a typical day look like for a person in this position? Why do you enjoy working here? What qualities do your most successful employees have? 4. Practice your voice and body language. Practice a confident, strong voice and friendly, open body language to make a positive and lasting impression. Pay special attention to your smile, handshake and stride. 5. Conduct mock interviews. Practicing interviews is the best way to relieve anxiety and improve your confidence. Practice may be tedious, but repeatedly experiencing the interview process will make you more comfortable and help you give the right impression. If you have friends or family to help, conduct mock interviews as much as you can. If you don't have another person, practice your questions and answers out loud. You may find that an answer sounds awkward or doesn't convey what you wish when it's spoken, so this gives you an opportunity to refine your answers. The more you repeat your interview, the more confident you'll be during the real thing. 6. Print hard copies of your resume. Having hard copies to present to multiple interviewers shows that you're prepared and organized. You should have at least 5 copies to provide for multiple interviewers, plus one for yourself to follow along. 7. Prepare a reference list. Whether you think you'll be asked for it or not. For each reference, include a name, title, organization, division or department, telephone number, and email address, as well as a sentence briefly explaining the relationship. An example would be: Sarah was my team leader for 2 years, during which we collaborated on 5 major product launches. 8. Prepare your travel arrangements. Job interviews tend to be stressful for most people for a variety of reasons, but getting to the interview can be a challenge in itself. If your interview is in an unfamiliar area or even an entirely new city, it can be a source of anxiety to find your way around and make sure that you show up on time. Here's how to avoid the anxiety for your commute. Prepare yourself to ensure everything goes smoothly on the day of the meeting. Leave early. This may seem obvious, but it's better to leave with plenty of time to get to your interview, even if it means arriving way too early. Even if you leave yourself a few extra minutes to get there, small obstacles can be enough to make you late, such as heavy traffic, accidents, no parking, or trouble finding the building. If you arrive too early, use the time to go over your notes and mentally prepare for your interview. Save the interview contact information. Even with plenty of time for your commute, sometimes situations out of your control can still cause you to be late. If something happens and you know you'll be a little late, call your interview coordinator and make them aware of the situation. Most people are empathetic to these situations and understand that some things just can't be helped, especially if you're letting them know in advance and have a reasonable explanation. In this situation, the worst thing you could do is show up late without any notice and try to explain yourself. Search the location in advance. Most interviews are scheduled days or weeks in advance, so you have time to research the location. If your interview is close enough, you can take a day to go to the location and check out the parking, take note of the traffic and find the office where your interview will be conducted. 9. Present yourself accurately and positively. Presenting your professional skills and experiences that may set you apart from other applicants. When you prepare for a job interview, present your skills, experiences and abilities that relate to the role and think of how you can contribute to the overall goals of the department and company. If you have metrics or statistics to show your accomplishments or growth during your previous roles, they're a great help in selling yourself during the interview. Whatever accomplishments you have, don't be modest about sharing them during your interview. 10. Sell yourself. Most people are uncomfortable with this idea, but presenting yourself accurately and positively doesn't have to feel like a sale. The truth is that you do have professional skills and experiences that may set you apart from other applicants, so it's acceptable and expected for you to acknowledge them to your potential employer. When you prepare for a job interview, make note of your skills that relate to the role and think of how your experiences and abilities can contribute to the overall goals of the department and company. Your answers would be somewhat short, so you want to choose the most positive and relevant information to share during the interview. If you have metrics or stats to show your accomplishments or growth during your previous roles, they're a great help in selling yourself during the interview. For example, you may have increased sales by a certain percentage or increased social media engagement in your last position. Whatever accomplishments you have, don't be modest about sharing them during your interview. Your potential employer wants to know that you'll be the right fit and that you can deliver something to the company, so they need to know all the reasons that you can provide that for them. 11. Follow up after the interview. After your interview, you should prepare to follow up with the employer. Doing so reminds the employer of your conversation, shows them you are genuinely interested in the position. Another thing is, if you don't know the answer to a certain question, it is perfectly acceptable to pause for a moment and state, "Let me think about that for a moment." The employer will appreciate you taking the time to give them a thoughtful answer. Be sure to provide specific examples wherever possible. 12. Make interview checklist. Use an interview list to compile all the details you need to remember. Jot down notes about what you want to say and ask, and check off all the essentials of what to bring to the interview. Print one out for every interview, read it over the morning of, and you'll be good to go. 13. Plan for your appearance. Plan the perfect interview outfit. For companies that have a business or business casual dress code, keep your look basic and conservative for the first interview. Not sure what to wear? If you have a contact or friend who works at the company you're interviewing with, see if he or she can give you a heads up as to what people wear. If you don't have that luxury, scope out photos on their social media and try to get a glimpse at what people are wearing. Make sure you get your outfit cleaned, pressed, and tailored. And remember the little things like shine your shoes, check for loose hems, and make sure your fingernails look manicured. This is the stuff that you don't always think people notice, but they do. Take time out for self-care, because looking your best helps you feel your best. If that means you need a facial, haircut, or even a new interview outfit, then by all means do it. Feeling good about yourself will boost your confidence, and we probably don't have to tell you that confidence is key to landing your dream job. 14. Prep your purse. Whatever bag you carry should be large enough to hold your everyday essentials, plus your interview musts, such as extra resumes and a notepad, as well as a special emergency kit stocked with what you might need in an unexpected situation. Things like Band-Aids, a stain stick, an umbrella, and breath mints. 15. Last, but not the least, get some sleep. This sounds like something your mom would tell you, but there are few things that will throw you off your game like sleep deprivation. To sum up, preparing for an interview primarily means taking time to thoughtfully consider your goals and qualifications relative to the position and employer. You also have to make a great first impression appearance-wise, have a great knowledge of your target company and its product, and, of course, know exactly how to convey that you're the perfect fit for the job. Taking time to prepare for an interview will ultimately help you feel more relaxed and confident during the process. It takes the edge off the interview. It makes us appear more confident, in charge, and ready to take on. So, how do you prepare for the interview? Do share your views with us in comments. Thank you for watching A La Mode. Until next time. Bye.